How to succeed during tough times. Yeah. So we'll get started just in a little bit. I'm going to say hi to the inner circle members. You see an IC next to their name in the chat, and we'll get started just in a few seconds. So hi, Bill. Hi, Randy. Hi, Jerome. Hi, Nestlin. Hi, Jody, Arthur, Lisa Marie. Um, is that Jabinga? Jabinga, hello. Karen, Daniel, just talked to you in South Africa. Kelly, Bob, Melody, Matthew, my son. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Pat. John Tier, Sandy, Eric, Olive. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, David. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Hey, different dress, huh? Hey, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're talking about how to succeed during tough times. How to succeed during tough times. You know, one of the things that I did a video, and maybe Craig can find it, is the whole concept of pivot. You know, when you really look at the world is in constant flux of change. The only thing that is consistent is change. And so in the midst of everything going crazy, it's really amazing that you'll see a bunch of things start changing and the economy getting tough, and then things start to change, and people want everything to go back to the way it used to, and it used to be, and that's just not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So one of the funny things about tough times is you'll realize that, have you ever heard the phrase history repeats itself? History repeats itself. So what I always do during tough times is I reevaluate, and then what I do is I look for the people that are winning. I look for the people that adapted to change. They're early adapters. They're doing new things, new stuff, and a lot of people don't want to do that stuff. And Neil, a dear friend of mine, and Trinidad, it's like for me to try to figure out internet, and for me to make everything available on the internet, and then for me to sort of study and figure out what I needed to do on social media, and then from that, what we've been able to do with YouTube is like you just got to be willing to stop in your mind saying things that are difficult, and I'm not good at this, and you just got to find again somebody that is figured it out. The best example that I have for this is not only racing, but mixed martial arts. And one of the things when mixed martial arts first started, if you were a big guy and you had a good punch, that's how this industry got started, MMA. So, all of a sudden the little guys had to figure out, and, of course, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu came out. And now all of a sudden is if you can take down a person very quickly and not get hit, then that person's in trouble. And so all of a sudden you see Hoist Gracie, thank you so much, Lisa Marie. I love and appreciate you so much. And again, thank you, Jerome. Money goes to the orphans. Is one of the things that you realize right away is now I got to find a new defense to the way that these guys are doing this. And so, grappling and jiu-jitsu was very dominant for a number of years until the Greco wrestling guys got in there, because now all of a sudden the wrestling guys were stronger than Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. So now what they did is they figured out how to stop them from doing defense against certain moves with Jiu-Jitsu. And then all of a sudden, they were dominating. And so if you're a mixed martial artist, basically meaning that you're specializing in a number of different arts, that every art is evolving, and there's things that used to work that don't work anymore. Well, I can't say that more than anything than about marketing. So at one time, what worked no longer is working. And it's sad for me. It really, really is sad for me that the world understands that, people's attention span is 8 seconds. And that if you would have told me that if I did a video and my son cut that video up in short pieces that were under a minute, that people would rather watch videos under a minute. I'm going, honestly, this is what I think. I'm thinking, I don't even know if I have the ability to get across a point, to get across something of value in less than a minute. Well, I might not be able to do that. But if I do a 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute live like I'm doing now, then that allows my son using technology that allows him to be able to find those points within the video, which are, straight to the point, just bam, that bam. And so we know that when people see trailers, that will get them to make a decision of whether or not they're going to watch the movie. See what I mean? And so, regardless of how much success I've had in the past, when I reach out to people and they say, listen, Robert, you got to say the subject up front very, very quickly. So, I'm the kind of guy that humbles myself, and I'm coachable and I'm trainable. And so, when Evan Carmichael says, Robert, in the first couple of seconds, you just got to say what it is. You just got to say what it is, because if you don't, they're going to leave. And so you take little pieces of information from people that are winning during tough times. Did you hear me? So it's like, it might be something that, history repeats itself. And now what I'm seeing more than anything is because of the environment and the financial and the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that a majority of the people right now are tightening their purse strings. Where did that come from, right? But what they're doing is they're tightening their budget. They're downgrading their lifestyle. They're looking through all the monthly subscriptions that they have and apps, and they're trimming their budget. When people trim their budget, they're not looking to buy products that are expensive, regardless of how great they are. And so when all of a sudden you see the economy not only bad in other countries, but now economy's bad in the United States, and every company out there is saying, hey, I got the best product, patent, it's the best, and it does this for you, and it's the best, and it does this for you. People are like, listen, right now, mentally, I'm not in the mindset of buying something. See, when money is coming in and we have, income to spend, that's when people can just say, hey, listen, buy this product. It's expensive. Okay, I'll get it. But right now, times are getting tough. And according to everyone that I know in the world, they're saying it's going to get tougher. So, now we're breaking records for the most people that have been behind on payments on their cars, that there's $1 trillion, the highest it's ever been for personal credit card debt. You're hearing all these things, but everyone wants to ignore them. So if you continue to market the way you've always marketed and it's not working, then you got to start looking at people that are flourishing during those times and go, I wonder what they're doing. Why is it that everyone says that their volume's going down and these companies are all hurting, and this is the time when all these companies go under? It's because that they're not changing their environment. So the industry that I love doing, it was created in the 30s, the 40s. See, so when the economy was bad after the Great Depression, and no one's an entrepreneur anymore. And so now they're not entrepreneurs and they got to work for somebody. They got to get a job. You have to get a job. You have to get a job. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, is there any way that I can make money on the side? Because what I'm making on my job is not enough. It's not the lifestyle that I want to have for me and my family. So now people are open to ways of making money on the side, doing a side hustle. So the industry was really, really growing incredibly fast. And then all of a sudden, the economy started being good. And now all of a sudden, we're in the what? We're in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. And everyone is doing awesome. Everyone's doing great. They got RVs, they got a car for mom and dad. They're going on vacations. Now, all of a sudden, for a company to come out and say, there is absolutely no better product than ours. And people go, whether it has to do with weight loss or energy or whatever, I'll take it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Because now all of a sudden, luxury items, you know what I mean? We got disposable income. We got money in the bank. So now that's when a company can say, hey, here's a great product. It might be more than you paid for the product in Walmart, Target, Costco, and Amazon, but this is worth it. These premium quality products are worth it. And so now all of a sudden, you can come up with a company called New Skin. Is it pretty damn obvious what the hell they market? So now you can have a company that can flourish and hit the $1 billion market by selling one brand. One brand. We sell skincare. And then Herbalife came out and in the mid 80s, because now all of a sudden at the beginning of the 80s, the economy shook a little bit. So now Herbalife can come out and say, we just got the best damn shake in the world. We got the best weight loss product. Lose weight now, ask me how. And then you could have companies like, NSA with water filters and air filters. It's like most people would go, what do I need a filter for? Right. And then, all of a sudden a company like Noni, can actually sell an exotic fruit drink. I think the shipping was more because it was in a big green glass bottle, and you got noni juice in it. And it's like you're spending $30-$40 for a bottle. It costs more than wine. And that company went to $1 billion, right? It went to $1 billion. And then so everyone starts saying, I got this product, I got a better 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 product. And they all started doing that. And then all of a sudden, now they're all in trouble. So now all of a sudden, COVID came out. People are having to stay at home. They're reevaluating everything. And now all of a sudden, all the money gets thrown at that problem. And now they're taking that money away. And we're living in a different world than we were before. So the thought that people would actually continue to do the same thing as they've always done, expecting a different result, I think Albert Einstein said that that's called insanity. And so I'm not surprised when I get on a webinar from our company owner, Josh Swagel, and you hear the number one countries are countries that were struggling with economy before the pandemic. Don't you find that interesting? So Hungary and Romania and Slovenia and Nigeria. See, these are people that not only are making less than $750 a month US, but in Nigeria in May, the end of May of this year, the government stopped giving subsidiaries or subsidies to the petroleum industry because the country is struggling. So now their fuel cost goes up by 3 times. You find a need and fill it. You find a need and fill it. And so if people are hurting financially, and then the cost of something that's a necessity triples in cost. See, I just know that there are certain countries that regardless of how great your product is, it's not gonna sell there. It can be the best damn product in the world. You could have took the product and it saved your life. You hearing me? You could have took the product and it saved your life. But that testimonial for people that just got rid of a couple of their streaming apps, people that are starting to buy groceries and make their lunches at home to take to work. See, that's very deep in the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So it's not there's nothing that you can say. They don't even know why when you tell them how great the product is and they see the testimonials and they see the reviews, they just don't even know why they say no. I'm not interested. But they do remember having the conversation with themselves or people that they love that they've had to downgrade their lives over the last couple of years. Okay. So you got to find a way. So the whole title of this is how do you succeed during tough times? You look for the winners that are winning during the tough times. So in the midst of all this craziness, right? All this crazy stuff that's going on, there's still people that are winning at the highest level that they've ever lived. Don't you find that interesting? And it's always been that way. And all of history, the people look at the problem, have to find a different way, come up with a different way, and then they excel. Every single time. So the economy changes and crypto crashes. Economy changes, Wall Street goes down. Economy it changes. Now there's a little bit of difficulty with the real estate market, right? People mentally don't want to pay that high of interest. So all of a sudden, things that used to be great to invest in maybe a year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that's not the place to be right now. So where do you go? Find out where the people that are winning. So all you got to do is just look. It's like Chat GPT broke every record that's ever been set for paid members on AI. So people are hurting for money, but they'll all pay $20 for a monthly subscription to AI. They have 100 million paid users, the fastest to get there. And it used to take companies years to get to 100 million subscribers. They did it in months. So all of a sudden, you got to start looking at, wow, where are people winning? And what are they doing? And then you just do what they do. So again, going back to the analogy, if you were winning fights and then you go in against somebody that got the defense to the way that you box, you better change. See, there's only took one guy, Buster Douglas, in Tokyo. Only took one guy to knock out Mike Tyson. Only that one guy took his belt away and knocked Mike Tyson out. And everyone watched that video. There's where his weakness is. So now it's sad to watch Mike Tyson after that get knocked out many times. See what I mean? So what did Mike Tyson do? He reinvented himself. Well, you don't have to like the guy. You could think that he's a disgusting guy. But then for him to stand on stage and do a one-man show and talk about the story of his life and have all the shows sold out that then turned into a book, then turned into, him being interviewed everywhere. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, like Eric said, bite someone's ear off and get disqualified and get your belt taken away and then find out how to reinvent yourself. Yeah. So when things get tough, How you succeed is stepping back, not working harder, doing things that don't work, not doing things that don't work. So I love and appreciate you. If no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. I love you and I appreciate you. And please do me a huge personal favor and share this video with others. Bye for now and see you on the next video.